How's it going, everybody? This is Cameron White with White Light Astrology, giving you guys your new moon horoscope for Leo. Leo, this new moon is happening in Scorpio on November 7th. This is pretty big because this is happening in your 4th house. And we've had Jupiter going through your 4th house. We've had Venus retrograde from your 4th house back into your 3rd. You've had the North Node in your 1st house and a bunch of eclipses in your 1st house. It's been quite a crazy year to begin with. But with Jupiter being in Scorpio in your 4th house, it's been really focused on, in one sense, trying to find the best of your situation, trying to find some type of grounding energy for you. With Scorpio ruling your 4th house, this has to do with your family life, your home life, your private life, your parents. But the 4th house is also very symbolic of where we do center ourselves. And as Jupiter has been passing through your 4th house, Scorpio is really about the deep, the dark, the very realistic in the sense of, what could be bad. And with Jupiter being right there where he wants to uplift, he wants to really look at this for what it is. He wants to bring out the good in this as much as he possibly can. You've been really realizing a lot of, the problems with where you are centering yourself. What are you holding on to? What are you, what's kind of dragging you down? And as Jupiter's been through here, you've just been uncovering and learning a lot about how do you center yourself? What is your home situation like? What is your living situation like? And what are you wanting to change? What do you want that experience to change into? And so as Jupiter's been through this 4th house, we've also had Venus retrograde right here, where it's really been about reshifting that value and being more specific about where to place that value. Venus doesn't really like to be in Scorpio. However, she does want to try her best to have a good time there, even though this is very far away from her home. She doesn't like this area. But as she's been in your 4th house, you've been starting to notice, what are you not, there's something about maybe something you're holding on to, or some type of imagery, some type of emotion that you could be holding on to with how things are supposed to look, how things are supposed to go out according to your expectations. And as Venus has been retrograding, it's been helping you learn about where to really place that value, how to really make things happen the way that you want it to. And if you really want to hold on to this image, if you really want to hold on to this expectation, it's been really showing you how to get that exactly and not, being relentless about achieving that. And as we have this new moon, this is going to be a really big clearing out. This is going to be a big, breath of fresh air. Because with Jupiter being in Scorpio for this past year and this Venus retrograde, there's been quite a bit of gunky stuff going on. And as this new moon happens where the moon's conjunct the sun, the focus is on whatever sign that's happening in, we're talking about Scorpio. This is really talking about refreshing that energy and getting centered again, getting clear about what you're getting centered in as well. With Mars being in Aquarius where, yeah, sure, it is in your 7th house, and we're not really going to be looking at Mars too much with this, although Mars is going to, the moon will be applying to a square with Mars. This is really about getting yourself refocused, getting yourself recentered, and having that drive, having that ambition that you have. I notice that a lot of, if you're a Leo sun or you're a Leo rising, we always have a lot of drive, we have a lot of ambition, we have a lot of energy that we hold on to that kind of fuels us. And Scorpio being in that 4th house is kind of where that's coming from. That's where that's coming from. And Scorpio is very specific, very precise. I make the analogy that Aries being Mars is very much like the soldier, but Mars Scorpio energy is like the sniper, and it's very specific. It has the patience, it has the tact. And as we have this new moon, it's kind of like scoping, readjusting your scope, making sure you see exactly what you want to see and you're on target with where you want to go. And so with this new moon, this is just really about settling into this new and fresh energy. You've learned a lot with Jupiter in Scorpio. You've experienced and felt a lot with Venus in Scorpio as she's been retrograde. And now that Venus is in your 3rd house, she still will be retrograde in Libra at this time. This is really about reshifting the way that you do things, placing more value, putting more value into things. And in order for that to happen, you have to be specific about what you're trying to attain. You have to have that scope dialed in order to get that clear shot that you want to achieve. So as this new moon happens, just let this energy take a breath of fresh air. The North Node is also going to be in Cancer at this time. You don't have to worry about the North Node being in Leo, where it's like, you're just trying your best to be as Leo as you possibly can. As the North Node dips back into Cancer, it'll be at 29 degrees on this new moon. And what else will be at 29 degrees? Jupiter. And they'll be making a really nice trine. So as the North Node goes into your 12th house and you are starting to want to uncover more of who you are, uncover more of the emotions, uncover and realize and express more of the trust, more of the protection, more of the maternal Cancer energy, Jupiter at that last degree as a Scorpio is wanting you to really uncover more of an emotional level of understanding. Jupiter wants you to really go, hey, this is how I feel, and I need to recenter myself in this so I can keep going forward. And that's what I got for you guys. So I believe this new moon is honestly going to be a nice breath of fresh air in the midst of, I don't want to say chaos because it's not chaotic right now, but we are in a big change. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, and I'll be seeing you for my next video.